Hello and welcome Guildball fans to the Guildball World Team Championship here in Belgium. I'm your host Jamie.
And I'm Alex. So we go into round 3, the last game of the day. It is the Belgian Blondes team. I'm not sure which number they fall into in terms of the Belgian team. But the Belgian Blondes versus USA 1. I don't know if they have a fancy name or if they're just sticking with USA 1.
Yeah. I think they've gone red, white and blue. So we saw red last time, so this would be either white or blue.
Okay. So we might butcher a pronunciation of a name here. Jamie, what we need to set a precedent. What are we going with?
I'm going with Kern.
Okay, we'll stick with Kern. We apologise to Kern in advance, even if Kern is not Kern's real name.
Correct pronunciation.
And then we've got Alex Bots over on the right-hand side. Butchers versus Union. We're just going to get confirmations of what we think the lineups are.
Yeah, it's Veteran Rage and Strongbox. I'll be in chats, guys. So Vet Rage, Strongbox. This is red. White was on last time. Okay. Vet Rage, Strongbox, Gutter, Benediction. Mist is in there. And Minx. And for the Butchers,
I believe we've got Fillet and Princess, because Boiler's definitely in there.
Yeah, Boiler's in there. So Fillet, Princess. Yeah, Boiler, Meat Hook.
So just to read off the teams for you.
And Veteran Briskets.
Read off the teams for you. On the Butcher's side, so to the left-hand side of the screen, we've got Fillet as the captain, Princess as the mascot, then Minx, Boiler, Veteran Brisket, and Meat Hook. And then on the right-hand side, with Alex as the Union player, we have Veteran Rage, Strongbox, Minx, Gutter, Mist, and Benediction. So the kickoff goes, and that's where it's sitting. And they're going to be ready to go as soon as the round's ready to go. Handshake's off. And they're just...
Yeah. Those Butchers are tough to distinguish.
Yes, they are. So we don't have the glory of our nice big monitor that we have they're at the old Northwest Gaming Centre. So trying to get the different models between... And then you kind of look at the screen as you're looking at them. Some of the guilds are easier to distinguish who's who than others. Yeah. I know Engineers is often pretty tough.
Yeah,
with the Mechanica.
It's just robots. So from what I can tell, it looks like Mist at the top there. And then you come into Strongbox, then Benediction, then Vet Rage, then what looks to be
Gutter, I'm guessing.
Gutter. And then Minx at the far end.
So this is definitely Minx down at the bottom, right?
Yeah. You'll be able to tell Philip by the stack of influence. The rest are irrelevant. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah.
And Meat Hook will have one.
Yeah.
The one that always has one is Meat Hook.
Yeah.
Until we get into like mid-game where Meat Hook's just going
Go
around.
first through 3. Yeah. Right, we're good to go, I think.
So, any predictions, Jamie? How do you think it's going to go?
Both want to play the beat 'em up game, and I think Vet Rage does better at the beat up than Fillet does, as he makes his entire guild. He makes everybody a threat, whereas Fillet is the super solo for this team. No Boar, so there's no chance of like the one person takeout.
Don't think you can take Boar against Benediction. Benediction just stands next to him and laughs at him all game.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
You got a nice central turret for Red Furies as you need them, and you tie down a model.
Yeah.
It's kind of what Benediction wants to do, is hold people up, and was kind of ideal for that.
Yeah.
And also very easy counter attack to get up braced. It's just like, oh, you're going to hit me? Oh, you cool, I'll counter because I'm basically guaranteed to get what I want.
Yeah. So what you can see on the table, just whilst these guys get ready, in the top right-hand corner, what Alex Bots is spinning around in his disc there, inside the AoE, is one of the Frozen Forge Steamforged coins that if you successfully beat a member of the Steamforged team at the event, you will get to keep one of those coins. So they are pretty rare at the moment and very, very cool.
Until allowed to play an event.
Yeah, until Loxton plays an event again, and
then just like limited edition mist, just stock.
I think there were like 2 or 3 in the world available to the public before Vengeance 2016, and then Lox gave away all of them.
Yeah, all of our stock just gone.
Disappeared. Yeah.
Somehow he managed to go to an event with 7 rounds and give away like 120 models.
Yeah.
Just Lox and things.
Good job, Lox.
I managed to get Shark put in the box.
Shark put in the casket. Yeah. So
just going through with the TOs, they're talking through the spot prizes. Is that
spot prizes?
The name I'm looking for?
I missed what it was there. Your predictions? What do you think is going to happen here? So I've gone Union.
Whatever I say, the opposite will happen.
Yeah.
That's how this works. Generally speaking, I think you're right. I'm not sure Philip can get rid of Rage in 1 round.
No.
And it's very much once one's committed, they're gone.
Yeah.
And it's a team versus a solo. The goal scoring potential on the Union lineup is, in my opinion, better than it is on the Butcher side. You've got the threat. Once Brisket gets going, if you can get one early, that's really big.
Oh, they're spelling some sort of word out here. USA.
I have no idea.
We're spelling out a word for the stream. He's run out of dice. Can you tell what it is yet?
A US up.
US arrow. He says that looks okay.
Chat, what do we think?
Chat, do you think that looks okay?
I'm not. It looks like a half-finished game of Tetris.
The
easiest game of Tetris ever, by the way. They're all the same colour.
Yeah.
I'd have just gone with the red, white and blue dice.
Yeah, just put them. US arrow for sure.
Do Belgium have a reply?
Nope.
No Belgium reply.
Chat says, come on, Kearns, spell Belgium.
Just to clarify, the round timer hasn't started. That's why we haven't got going yet. This isn't.
Yeah. Countries in this matchup are Belgium versus the USA. And yes, it is simply the worst.
I think they should have done a forfeit where Kern's like, sure, put USA up in dice, but if I beat you, you have to spell out Belgium.
Yeah. All right, and that is the round live. So we're off. Handshake there from the players. Good to see. And clock is off.
So that's going to be missed, collect and pass.
Yeah. It's pass.
Jamie,
there's no R in it.
Jamie, get out of here. Just leave. You've already thrown your headset on the floor once. Do it again. Yeah. And leave. It's at 2 on Strongbox, so probably a confidence coming out somewhere. 2 or 3 on
Sprinting a confidence.
The big box. Maybe a
turn 1 goal.
I don't think it's possible with Veteran Rage. I don't think you get the right distance. I think you can do it with Blackheart.
You can do it with Blackheart.
Brisket. I know you can do it with Blackheart.
Oh, Brisket.
And you can definitely
the legendary.
Yeah, you do need the legendary. No, you don't need the legendary to get it done. But Brisket can definitely do it.
Guys in the stream, players are mic'd to us, but not to you.
Yeah. Because they swear a lot.
Yeah. And try to put us off.
And yeah. It's legitimately...
Oh, he's using a tape measure. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. That is strictly the worst.
Oh, dear.
Get out.
Get that tape measure out of here.
No one likes to see tape measures. Oh. I'm gonna have a fit. This is gonna be rough.
It's a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder for us.
As I say, it makes it really difficult for us.
I think I would say it's more frustrating.
Yeah.
Because there is a load of widgets directly to your left hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once the widgets are getting laid out, it makes it easier for us to tell the distances of what and work out what they're doing.
Yeah.
When it's a tape measure, we have kind of no idea what they're measuring for.
Yeah. How hasn't he been disqualified yet? I do not know.
Yep.
There we are. There we are. Get into good habits.
There we go.
Just checking out ranges. I'm throwing out a marked target from Minx there. And I believe missed it. Minx always went for a fight with that tape. It's very speedy play.
So, Strongbot's going for a pass. And misses the pass.
Oh dear. So the ball scatters and hits the Union own goal.
Yeah.
Strong box there, trying to score a goal so desperately.
And then we'll put confidence onto Rage.
Yeah.
And then go for a wander.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
own goal, agreed. Yeah.
At this point,
4-0 to Kern.
At this point, there's definitely plans. I can't work out what they are yet.
Both seem to have a turn 1 strategy in mind that they are gearing up towards. That's why it's so quick, because it's the same.
I've been here before.
I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. We're just going to go play. And tooled up there goes on to... I assume that must be Fillet in the middle. And with the ball being back there, Benediction's not the fastest player.
It's not the fastest team.
No. I missed Minx. It's pretty fast. Gutter's pretty fast.
But it's a team that wants to cluster up. It's kind of a peculiar one where you're not going to commit players deep because the whole thing is pulling everyone together. Yeah. I am curious as to whether, because we've got down Gutter, but I'm curious as to whether that is Gutter or Decimate.
It is Gutter on the top. You can see on her cards just behind the goal.
Right, you are.
It's got the artwork
So
there.
it's just the way she's spun looks like Decimate's cape.
Yeah.
And then he will move up. And 6 dice needing 6s and hitting none.
Mm-hmm. So this is what we see with the Fillet front load, where she gets defensive tech to go to defense 6, basic, gets tooled up. Yeah. And here we go. We see the 2-inch dodge from 2-inch dodge from Veteran Brisket there. The quick time.
Just a quick time backwards.
Backwards away from Veteran Rage.
I love the utility of that on
it's
Brisket.
Great. Yeah.
I think both have a place, and it entirely depends on whether what you're trying to facilitate.
What
it's either do I want dirty knives for the def, or do I want quick time for the sort of maneuverability.
Mm-hmm. Who do you reckon your target for Fillet would be at this moment in time before we see where Rage ends up?
Minx is the easiest kill, probably on the entire lineup.
Did we see Benediction get the ball and give it to Rage?
I would assume so.
Yeah. Not pass, but they just drop it off.
Yeah. So pass to strongbox, I believe, and it's a bonus time. So pass from rage to strongbox, so looking for the dodge.
Yeah, screamer pass.
I think realistically he didn't really care who the pass was to as long as it was successful. And then he makes a dodge over. Is that Minx over?
That is Minx over in the corner. You can see the red bases are the Butchers and the white base is the Union player. Measuring just at 8. And charge Minx. Obviously gets the Usurper special rule.
Yep. If he remembers it.
If he remembers it, is one of the less used rules. Ten dice with confidence, so the misses get re-rolled. 4 hits, which is 2 damage and a 1-inch push.
Just drag out a cover.
Yep.
Obviously, no momentum, so no threat of a counter-attack.
Nope. Just free.
So on 10 dice, did he remember Usurper? No. Oh, yes, probably.
Yes, because of the cover.
So he'll be on 7, assuming he's remembering Usurper.
Yeah. And again, just taking the damage with the push. And again. Three damage.
3 damage, so positioned where he's happy.
And 1 last attack, is that? Just 1 damage.
1 damage on that one.
Very speedy play. And now Fillet's turn.
Is that Minx again?
Poor Minxes. I think he wants to avoid the parting blow from Benediction. Even though you defense 6 and you're looking pretty good at that, you don't want to risk your turn 1, everything you've built towards being taken away from a lucky.
If he goes over to mist here, because you see a definite split in. It's like running around each other. Let's not fight. Let's just.
Avoid.
I'll take this one. You take that one.
You score your goal. I'll score mine. We'll both get a kill.
And then we'll get to 6-6, and it'll be really cagey.
Yeah. But no one will want to score until someone's dead. Yeah, so Kern there's just saying he doesn't want to hit Benediction. That's not an enjoyable target.
No, that's a really good counter-attacking playbook is what that is.
Yeah.
Granted on 6s, Benediction attack 6.
Yes, yeah.
So 1.
So we had a charge there from Fillet into Mist, so we are seeing the field of play split.
Curious whether you're going to see a defensive stance from...
No, Alex said he's going to keep all his momentum.
Okay. Does he have... How much does he have? Like 5?
I think he's got 4 or 5. I think 4 because he spent the influence, momentum on the pass.
Got you. Yep.
And he bonus timed
the
strong
pass,
box.
and then yeah. So he gained no momentum from the pass.
Yeah.
In total.
3 momentous damage because I've tooled up.
Yep. I'm guessing he's looking for the pulse, right? He wants the bleed to get the 2 damage.
Bleed to get up to get, yeah. Okay. 5 hits.
That'll be the pulse if he wants it.
No, he's just going to go for the kill.
Kill him. I'm lost in my own.
Yeah,
it's a him, right?
Mist is a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Not bonus timing. Just again looking for 5s. 2 non-momentous, so only 1 hit. And that must be a...
I believe that leaves Mist on 1 or 2.
Yeah. Not bonus timing. Two is 3 momentous damage, which takes out Mist. That is Cone on 2 VPs.
So you're in a big old stack of momentum.
And that puts Cone onto +1.
Yes.
For the And Alex wins the
Alex
roll-off
wins the
and
roll-off.
chooses to go first. That's Minx for the Butchers with 4 HP left, so that'll be a takeout for Vet Rage, and then off it to someone else.
I mean, the concern would be the ball on Strongbox. I mean, Philip can just score if that's the activation. And if that's not the activation and you want to get the ball safe, then Minx can get away.
Yeah. Yeah, buy the attack, dodge away, just leave.
Like, it's all about the trying to read the game like the 3 turns ahead of where you are.
Yeah.
And Alex being aware that, you know, maybe conceding a goal, not too bothered.
No.
Gutter is going. There's no chance of any sort of chain grab shenanigans, dragging Philip out the way, so
No.
Alex just kind of accepting. I mean, in the grand scheme of what Philip can do, perhaps killing Strong... Well, probably can't kill Strongbox and score. Not tooled up.
Not tooled up for now. But I guess it's that idea of the longer you leave it, the more chance it has to slip
the ball's
away.
just going to be gone.
Yeah.
So these are just rolls with 1 success, so just 1 damage each time going off. So Minx being on 2 health now. Goes for the chain grab.
Yep.
Dragging in a butcher play. I'm not sure which one it is.
It didn't look like directly towards to me.
Buys another attack. Goes for the bonus time.
Yeah. Boiler there got pulled in. Scything blow. Hits Rage as well. So Rage takes 3. Boiler takes 3. Minx is taken out.
So 2 all.
So 2-2.
I imagine there's going to be at least a goal coming up here.
Again, it's one of those. It's on the table. It's early enough in the game. You take this to get that pressure going.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of influence left when you're scoring in your first activation, it's sort of if you.
Oh no, maybe the goal is not on, and you go with Boiler to get him away from Veteran Rage, or go in and start work on Veteran Rage, so he's bleeding and
yeah, I think they're kind of the 2 options. Get Boiler out of there, or take a goal.
yeah, it's one of those 2 choices.
I think if you take the goal, you're likely to be going into the roll-off for the turn down.
Yeah.
So, though, like, going up to 6 is obviously positive,
Yeah.
you kind of relinquishing control of the pace of the game in doing so. But in the same vein, you're then 6
VPs.
Words are hard.
6
VPs away from winning in a team that's more than capable of it.
3 takeouts.
Pretty much any takeout you need or another goal.
And you get goal influence for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
The oft-forgotten benefit of scoring a goal. Additional influence for the rest of the time.
So it's going for the goal run.
Yep.
Which, I mean, Alex knew this. It's more than aware of what's going on. Goes for attack on Strongbox.
Strongbox is 3-2? 2-2?
2-2.
Takes a non-momentous blood rain.
Getting bleeding. Could see the demise. But he does need a tackle in there. Can't take the scatter.
No,
so
too risky.
And obviously Alex is just holding off, waiting, but at this point the counter-attack isn't worthwhile.
No. Well, he's got momentum. The counter-attack from the tortoise tends to just knock down rather than push away. Yeah.
Would be more the potential tackle, but attack 2 on 5. So it does.
Oh, it's gone for the counter-attack. Or is it not attack 3 because it's got shelling out and it's in range of its own aura?
Yes.
Counter attack does nothing.
Does nothing.
You can just see here.
So now we've kind of got free will to take the tackle.
Meant to tackle.
And then it'll be this one to hopefully kill the tortoise and then take the shot. Would be the plan. That's
4 minutes damage with a double dodge, so that's up to 3, and then we'll wait for the goal before we update. And finally, take the dodges to get within 4 of the goal. So just working out momentum here from the players. Going through saying I had 1 non-momentous action, all the rest were momentous. So pay 1 and bonus time the shot on goal for 4 dice, needing a single 3+.
Yep.
And of course scores a screamer, so that is
7-2.
7-2 to Kern.
And that 1 VP isn't sort of a small thing. Not only is it shelling out off the board and starting to bring it back again.
I was going to say shelling out's now out of the game, and that is now a target for Philip to go and kill to get onto 8 before the next goal.
Yep.
And Vet Brisket is still lurking around, ready to bang one in from range.
That's the big thing is we were kind of talking it out as a potential disadvantage in what he's sort of gaining and losing in this matchup in terms of a team that functions as a team and then a superstar player.
Yeah.
But he's really pushing the advantage of using a superstar player in terms of only ever committing one thing in terms of your positioning.
Yeah.
So that everything else is still kind of where you want it. I don't think you see Borg get taken out here. That seems likely.
Yeah, it's a trade-off you're willing to make, I think. Puts them on 4, the goal takes it to 8. You just need to be careful, make sure that the game doesn't run away from you with takeouts from the Union team.
Yep.
You need someone to come back and nip in, take that ball away from Mist again. So, Boiler here, defensive stance, counter-attack.
Just trying to work out. I'm assuming that it's going to be Mist, go and pick it up and guard it, basically.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got a Rage charge going in. Rage knocks down on 3, doesn't he? So I think that's what the counter-attack is looking for. Takes the knockdown.
Yeah, the knockdown is on the 3.
Yeah. And Boiler's counter-attacking plays, so he has to take that, because Boiler's got the push dodge on, 3 hits?
Yep.
And with Tac 5 against just 4s, it's not outside the realms of possibility. It's 50-50, pretty much. And it legitimately is, though.
It's not 50-50, he does or he doesn't. That's actually 50-50.
Yeah. Boiler has 7 health left after the scything blows and cleaver to the face. Threes and 1 now, he's on the floor.
And that's 5 damage in total, so 2 left on Boiler, so this will be, I would imagine, Boiler going down. Boiler down.
Takes him out with... There's people dropping all over the show here, as you'd expect in a Fillet Vet Rage matchup.
The Vet Rage cluster isn't as Vet Rage clustery as you often see it.
Yeah.
Granted, we kind of discussed the frailty of the butchers
in previous streams. Yep, they can kill you quick, but you can also kill them pretty quick if you're decent at it.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at like board position, as we were saying about how it's kind of the two teams almost wheeling around each other, and the fact that when a player gets taken out, it entirely depends on who's won that initiative roll as to where you can bring them back on.
Yep.
That ball is not in a happy space for the butchers at all.
No.
Don't get me wrong. There's a outside of the actual game clock, there is a clock on which is can Fillet and co kill either a mascot and 2 players or just 3 players before Rage can come in and do it.
Yeah.
And Philip's happy working within a cluster of players.
Yeah.
She can go in, she can get what she wants spread out there. She can get one of the pulses off on a juicy target, pop your legendary to get everybody chunking down.
Yep.
Force the spending of the momentum because the bleed's going to come through. Dodge around. The problem is, if you don't get enough of it dead, you're in trouble because you've placed yourself in the middle of a veteran rage cluster.
Yeah.
The timing of it's super important. I'm kind of intrigued to see how I think the ball is not going to be a feature of this until either Alex is on 8.
Yep.
I think that's the only time that ball moves.
Yeah, that ball doesn't move for the rest of the game now.
Yep.
And I think we see the Butchers remaining players who've not yet activated pull away, because if you go in,
alternative would be Minx. Where's Minx come back on?
I cannot see Minx.
She got taken out in turn. Oh, top of this turn. Sorry, Minx did get taken out top of this turn. It wasn't last turn, so she's not on the pitch. So when she comes back on, if she comes back on as assuming that we see an initiative roll go the Butcher's way, I'm curious to see if Minx has the distance to come back on, charge
at someone,
and then get some big dodges into range.
Or just when you charge up, you grab the ball, dodge off of them, and punt the ball into space so that the rest of the Butchers can have a chance.
Just run onto it.
Yeah,
because this is kind of a big empty space over where the ball is currently. Opposite that, there is also a big open space that the Union can't get to.
Yeah.
And obviously, all of this speculation about Minx coming on there assumes that the ball is where it is now, and that the 3 players that haven't activated in the vicinity of the ball don't move or do anything with it.
And Benediction's there. Yes, he's a source of momentum, but he's also one of those sort of juicy targets where if you come in on him, I've got some players who've not yet activated with influence who'll then be able to reach you.
That's the big thing is that in terms of the momentum for the Butchers players, with the setup as it is, anytime you send one player in to go and get you 2 momentum, you're sending them in for the Union to get 3. That's just how it's going to work out. Is every time you send one in, they can probably get more momentum out of it than you can in terms of the trade. Granted, the Butchers are on a big old stack of momentum from that Strombox takeout, and the momentum from the shelling out aura. So obviously it gives you the extra momentum on the takeouts as well as the extra attack.
We see Benediction here, sorry. I believe he's
shoving. Is that Philip? Did Philip dodge back to there?
Yeah, Philip dodged back to there, and Benediction has taken a 2-inch momentous push, bringing her close to the middle of the pitch.
Yep.
And Cohen there just saying, I think you've moved too far for 2 inches there, so bringing it back.
Goes for another 2-inch push, so pushing Philip into the danger zone.
Yeah.
And just towards the ball.
Yeah, also just sort of surfing around, and the intention of Alex Botts there was that I'm going to bring Philip in the way of, but I can't tell if that's Meat Hook or Veteran Brisket, but I'm charging in and...
Brisket? But I'm not...
Yeah, it's Veteran Brisket.
Legitimately not sure.
Just Mr. Minx left to go for the Union, and I think that's probably in range of a Minx charge onto Philip to really set up the kill next turn, because from how the momentum looks, it looks to be 4 for the Butchers, 6 for the Union, with the Minx charge, and then plus attack, that takes it to 8. Very likely to go first for the Union. With a snared Philip, I reckon Rage can do that.
Pretty comfortably.
Right, so players just figuring out what the plan of attack is here. And I think it is definitely Brisket, because she has the weapon behind her head. It looks to be in that pose.
Yeah. And given what Meat Hook's been used for so far,
it's just tool up.
No real reason to bring her up anywhere.
Princess here. Cohen seems to be bringing her around the boxes to try and either go and engage rage or
just to try and neuter that charge, force a quick time, or someone to reposition. Is that Gutter?
So Gutter is the one.
Oh, so it's just Minx.
Yeah, Minx is there with the Union token next to it.
Minx has no access to pushes, so Minx can't get the pooch out of the way. So it would have to be, assuming you wanted to win. Well, assuming you won initiative and were to go with that bet rage, you need to quick time to get.
Well, I don't know. Does rage have a push?
Rage does have pushes. He has a whole lot of pushes. So yeah, he just punches her.
Yeah, punch the dog. But it is defense 4 and 1. So I think the push was on 3 hits for him. So with tax 7, he's not always going to hit it. And if he has to spend 2 influence to do it, not great, because you probably hit the dog and you've angered the rest of the butchers, giving them love creature.
Yeah, so that was what I was just checking on the cards, whether he had any pushes that don't cause damage, and he doesn't, so he'd have to trigger loved creature. Tack 9 Fillet, that's fun. Yeah. If Fillet's still around to do anything with it.
Yeah. Guys in chat seem to be pretty much split 50-50 on who they're cheering for.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who are you cheering for? Ivory Coast, right?
Ivory Coast and Team Forged, yeah.
Entirely calling it down the middle. No favouritism, apart from the Ivory Coast.
Yeah. No, we're just happy to be. We're just happy to be here. To be here and commentating. We weren't sure if we'd be able to commentate on this because just a bunch of stuff dropped off.
There were many a technical difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why we don't have our dice cam this time. We don't have the big screen for ourselves.
Yep. But we're making it, well, we hope you'll agree we're making it work.
So it looks like Brisket there sprints across, went back behind those boxes. She's not a terrible person to leave near rage. She has the
just trying to
unpredictable movements.
It's partly that, and it's partly just trying to prevent the threats on the ball. You need to spread your threat on the ball location to prevent Alex just being able to
bunker it
comfortably sit there and be like, you got to come to me if you want to get anything out of this. Yeah. I know I outfight you in this situation that I'm engineering, and you need the ball to try and break through it. So you need less to be able to. So start to move towards the ball. I mean, at the very least, you're going to push Alex to a position where he either needs to move forwards or backwards with Mist, to a point where it delays him being able to go in and score once he gets to the 8 that he's looking for, or that we assume he's looking for. We don't really know what we're talking about, so who knows what's going on.
Just constantly filling.
Yes, it is. Just
constant
segues and fillers.
Yeah.
Don't you dare say Burglar Bill.
If only, eh?
Fun fact, while we were at a slower point of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I say that as dice are being rolled.
I believe this was the Minx charge in.
This is the Minx charge in.
On to Fillet.
Yes. So that's for the snare, right?
Yeah.
That's the only reason that's gone in. Then she spends 2 to heal rage. That is a big stack of momentum.
Yeah. That's what the Union do. Well, Vet Rage Union do specifically.
Spends 1 to heal herself.
Yep. And then back to the shadows. But just dodge around to the other side.
She stays in base to base, but just wants to loop around the other way so she can continue her romp through the line.
So and Alex there, so far ahead on momentum, says, I'm just going to go first, because I'm not even going to roll.
Yep. So while they're sorting out their influence allocation,
it
was Mr. Giblin's birthday very shortly after the Burglar Bill incident of the British Championships.
Yeah.
And you had like the world's longest birthday. Yeah. Your birthday fell as we went through about 7 different time zones over to Gen Con.
When we were travelling to Gen Con, it was my birthday. My birthday treat was to sit on a plane for 10 hours and then sit on a plane for 2 hours in America and sit in airports. It was a terrible birthday. It was the worst birthday I think I can remember.
And I planned to brighten his day by buying him a copy of Burglar Bill. Turns out he made it all up. Doesn't exist. Couldn't find it anywhere.
Definitely does exist. It's not a black hole in my memory.
It might be. It's like just been ingrained in there. As you said earlier, you read it as a child to make you not scared of burglars.
Yeah. Yep.
At least that's the story you're told.
Yeah. Yeah, growing up in Liverpool in some studenty rough area. Studenty rough area. It was not great. It wasn't a great place.
So Minx comes on where I had mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Well, means that there's becoming sort of Boiler's coming on as well. Where's he coming on?
I mean, Vet Rage's damage output is significantly it's easier to telegraph. In terms of placement, there aren't any sort of Vet Rage goes and deletes this model. You know where his sights are set.
Yeah.
So you know, generally speaking, where you can relatively safely. And essentially what I'm assuming what Kern's doing here, he's basically saying, you can go and get Fillet, but Minx is going to go and try and score.
Yeah.
Alex has... Minx isn't the worst ball carrier in the world. You're going to have momentum after it. You're going to defensive stance. He's been good at timing his counter-attacks and knowing when they want to counter. The rolls haven't been great, but he knows what he's doing when he's counter-attacking. He isn't just panic counter-attacking like, oh, I know what you're going to do. I need to do this immediately. So I think he can take this rage play. He's aware of what is going to happen with Minx, but he's not concerned enough. He's aware that if spikes don't go his way, it could be really bad for him, but it's a calculated risk.
So we saw a knockdown from Rage onto the dog there to make himself disengaged. Legendary playtime. Oh, grim. Charging into Fillet. I think it's pretty safe to say Fillet will be dead at the end of this.
Oh, yeah. And then some. So what's this? 12 dice, is it?
7 plus 4 for the charge, 11.
13.
13. It depends if
plus
benediction.
1 for the legendary.
Plus 1 for legendary, plus 2 for the friends.
15. And then she's snared, so it's 4.
Yeah. Does 4 damage. Lots of misses there by the looks of it. And again. This is where it's more scary. It's like I take those 4 dice away from the free charge, and I'm still hitting you with a bucket of dice.
Yeah, I know in my experience of playing Vet Rage, I used to clock out an awful lot because I spent so much time working out and adding up. Who's that? Jay's Fox has said, I wonder if anyone's noticed Strongbox didn't come on. And he said, oh, yep, I'll take off the influence on Mist, if that's all right. And Cohen says, yeah, that's fine. Take that one influence off Mist. How to keep the tortoise even further back from the action. I mean, at this point, I don't know how much.
It's more the additional 4 inches of movement that it's going to miss out on. No,
I don't know at this point if the tortoise comes back on. I don't really know. Yeah.
That is Fillet taken out and man marking played. So we see Alex Bots on 6 now, bringing it back. And this is what we talked about earlier in the game, where the Butchers go in, do a huge amount, and then they've spread themselves too thin and run out of steam a little bit.
Yep. With man marking going out, I mean, I guess there's no real downside to the tortoise coming on.
It's next bonus influence. You've taken away the speedy thing that can go kill it.
Yep.
And again, we're looking at the Minx here. And Cohen there just clarifying that wherever he places his model, because I don't think he's got the proxy base for it, he's intending to stay in Gutter's 2-inch melee.
Yep.
Alex says, yep, that looks good.
Which means Alex has a plan.
Yeah.
Whenever an opponent so willingly goes, yeah, that's definitely legal, you're fine where you are. They're like, this is great, thank you for doing this.
It's because Gutter's like...
No one's that happy about things not going your way.
Yeah.
Minx goal. 50-50.
50.
Always goes in or it doesn't.
Yeah, but you need the ball first. That's a 50-50.
You either get the ball or you don't.
Yeah.
But there's so many attempts at the 50-50.
Each one's 50-50 though. So it's always 50-50.
Minx can take 2, right? She's fully loaded. She's got the free charge and can take 2, correct?
Mm-hmm. So rolling 8 dice.
And then loses 1. So 9 down to 8.
Wow.
So double 6.
Yep. 1 damage and dodge to snared, bring down.
Get out of gutters melee.
Yep. Get the momentum.
Then buy, go for a tackle, buy, go for a double dodge, and pray you're far enough.
Yeah. Well, it's only got 2 influence, so we need to...
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So
bonus
Mist declared the defensive and the counterattack on the charge.
Okay. So
and does absolutely nothing. So now we need to... Now what Minx is looking for is the tackle. And either kick it into space, or if you are close enough, go for the goal.
1 damage and a dodge.
Interesting. I guess the hope the tackles now.
Well, Mist has no influence.
This is true. Momentous dodge. Inside 1. And I got back to the shadows. So
I'm confused why on that second roll didn't take the tackle and then take the back to the shadows and just be like,
get over
standing next to your goal.
Yeah,
you've got to do something now.
That was my thinking when we saw the tackle round to the side.
Yeah, just get everything set up ready for your lower dice roll to get your tackle.
Yeah.
There's no more counter attacks coming. Hit again. Take some sort of dodge once you've done the tackle, and then just get 5 inches away.
Yeah, no, I agree on that one. Because then you've got the ball, you're stood within tapping range. If you can make it look like you're going to win this momentum race, then they have to go and deal with your
because now Gutter just turns around and
kills you.
This is
goes,
cool.
All right, and then Mist runs up the pitch and goes, right, I'm on 8 now, and next turn I'll score.
Yeah, I'm somewhat baffled. That seems like a big misplay to me.
Yeah. But that was 2 momentous damage on Minx, and there was no heal from Minx, so Minx is looking about, 7 health comes back on?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Plenty of hits there. 2 damage from Mentis. Minx is left on 2 health, so I think she might have come back on 6. And then kills her with the final one. That is Alex Bots on 8, and danger time now for Kern, because Mist has the ball.
Just bewildered on that Minx play. I just don't...
Everything seemed to go so right until...
Yeah, everything was so... When you make that charge and get the double 6, I was like, and he says, that's exactly what I want. Yeah. I assumed he wanted the 1 damage dodge.
1 damage dodge, move around, get out of gutter.
And get it so that you're now, in terms of your odds, you are...
likely to get the...
So likely to get the tackle.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about a counter-attack because the counter-attack's already come in. That is the only risk of that play was the counter-attack, and the counter-attack came out super early because I'm assuming Alex thought...
I'm just going to dodge away and ruin these...
Yeah, I'm just going to try and get out of this before I have any concerns.
Yeah. Well, it's that whole... I'm 6 as the hit. Yes, you're going to dodge into base contact. I can hit you. Yeah. Might get a little bit lucky. I've got Gutters still here, maybe. I don't know. And Cohen, they're saying, I completely forgot to heal Minx, and that is entirely my fault now. And yes, it does happen to all of us, but it's not. Yeah, it's not a great feeling. And one of the things is you need to now keep your head up, and don't just be so disheartened.
Mist still has the ball, and that's the 8.
Yeah.
That we've been talking about, and there's still influence on the table for the Union. I mean, there's still a lot for the Butchers, but I don't know how much there really is on offer. And with all the influence over there, with the legendary up, you need to be careful what you send in.
Yeah. So
I think had that play gone the way we saw it,
the way we envisioned it playing out,
I think the game is at least even. In terms of it's kind of
it's still in your
combination
favour,
of things that can happen to make that go either way. Whereas at this point, I see 8-0 situation outside of a missed attempt on goal.
Yeah, well, that's what the guys in chat are saying as well. Like, I think this is pretty much match now, unless missed misses.
Yes.
And then it probably...
And even if missed misses...
Vet Rage can still go romp around and take
that's,
out.
I can't see any VPs coming out of the Butchers this turn because there is influence on Benediction and Minx up in that corner.
Yep.
They can't go in on any of those 3 players up there.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, it kind of writes off momentum. Like, there's no safe route of getting momentum, very similar to as it was last time, where you can go in, try and get some momentum.
Yeah.
And you're going to come out of that down on momentum compared to what you gained out of it.
Then we got Benediction here, just sprinting.
Yeah, and he's just going to hold Mist. Mist hasn't gone yet. That'll be the last activation, just move up into position.
Yep.
Because it means that Kern isn't in a position where he can move his players out of where Mist wants to go, because Mist just goes directly towards wherever they get moved to.
Yeah. And we've got quite a lot of influence on these Butcher players in the middle.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any safe way of using it. Not to get any sort of foothold on...
Yep.
Ultimately, you're at a point where you need to get yourself in the best position you can to win the sort of initiative race.
Yeah.
Even if you get that, if you get that, I think you can sort of you can bring it back. But if you don't get that, then you're in trouble.
The Union have left to activate Mist and
Benediction.
But Benediction just went. It's Mist and
Mist and Minx.
Mist and Minx, because of the Tortoise not arriving.
Strongbox was left off the pitch, so usually that fillet takeout would have set up, ready to sort of have your extra activations. But because they didn't remember to bring the Tortoise on, that advantage isn't there. But I don't think it changes anything.
Well, I was thinking that if we hadn't have gone with Boiler, who I think that is now, Princess goes.
Yeah.
And you use that activation surely right now to force Minx or Mist. Mist either comes in. Mist doesn't want to come in because there's players there that can go take the ball off Mist. So Minx has to activate, and Minx either charges in and gets some momentum, but that's no good because then the rest of the Butchers come in after you. Meathook there, I believe it is.
Yep. We finally worked out who's who.
Yeah. Meathook is the one next to the boxes.
The one currently having a tape measure, disgusting tape measure held up against it.
Yeah, Mist just clear and snared, walking 6 inches around, outside of 11 of Meathook, so Meathook cannot charge in on Mist and take the ball. I think the only thing you see here is, well, surely now Princess has to activate because...
Move Princess up to... Engage Rage?
Yeah, well, that's Princess's job this time, just to waste some of... I say waste, inverted commas.
Force the spending of some influence.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So the play that was made there was that Veteran Brisket
just quick timed
Meathook forwards. Meathook has a 9-inch threat basic, so with a 2-inch dodge, Alex accounted for this by saying I want to stay more than 11 away. So I guess Meathook might be looking at Gutter, but Gutter seems even further away than Mist at that point. So I don't know what the benefit of that was. Unless Goins just misinterpreted what was meant to be happening there. Yeah. He's like, I wanted to stay out of 10.
I was aware of the quick time on the table.
Yeah.
That's why I said 11.
Yeah. And see, this was the thing, is that because these players have left now, Minx has this ability to go in, set the kill up for Rage again, if they want to even do that.
Looks like a good roll to me. Looks like plenty of 6s.
Oof.
4.
So with the wrap, I think they're 4 damage in total.
Be 3 and 1, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's
Just
3 damage. It is 3 damage. And he's now snared. Hitting him again. Now it's 3s and 1 with 4 dice. 1 damage from Mentis. Dodging out the wave rage.
Oh, we've seen that a few times so far this weekend. People standing in the way.
Yeah. Another Momentous 1 damage. And Alex here has, I think it's quite fair to say, complete control over the board state.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that saved that was if Minx had the ball.
Yeah.
It Minx is instead dead again.
And then Minx there is now out the way because of the potential for Meathook to come back and generate some momentum off her.
Yep.
So we've got Princess and Meathook left to activate. Unless Princess has gone already.
I don't believe Princess has gone yet.
Yep, so Cohen there saying, yep, that's not 9. And Alex saying, yes, I agree, because I stayed more than 11 away.
Measured this and told you I was doing it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many times you move that widget or put proxy bases at the end of it.
Still going to be out. And Alex is saying, again, I don't even need to roll for initiative. I've won it. I will go first.
Interestingly, moving Meathook over there, does that make Mist's life easier to go for a goal? Just moved her out of cover into the middle of the pitch.
Yeah.
I will charge her.
Well, in cover's better for Mist.
Sorry, you are correct. I did forget that. So yeah, I mean, realistically, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and I imagine it's going to
be the first thing
it's
that
quite
happens.
likely that it's going to happen. It's a relatively risk-free play in terms of, well, it isn't entirely risk-free play in terms of counterplay. It's a 2-inch melee into a 1-inch melee model.
Yeah.
It's going to charge. I'm assuming Meathook's going to be 5-1.
Defensive stance, needing 8 dice. You're looking at an average of...
We had a game similar to this where I would argue, is it worth the defensive stance? 8 dice, 5-1.
You're looking at
1 success.
Needs 2 successes for Mist to get momentum. So that's 3. So yes, you definitely do.
Yes.
Defensive.
Yeah, at that point you just skew it. I know we've had a similar situation to this in games we've done before where the right call was to not do anything.
Yeah.
Hope for the miss, because then you can counter if they miss
Counter
by
the
going
basic
up.
one, yeah. I mean, there's no counter-attack option. Shouldn't be anyway.
Counter, like, so you then get the ball and start to move with it because you have the momentum.
Yeah.
I'll just go and stand them directly in front of the goal.
And we see in the top corner there, on the top left, Minx on Minx. The white Minx versus the sort of lava-based Minx.
Bit of Minx on Minx action over there. Yeah. Have they both died this game? Or is only one of them?
Yeah, both died.
They both died.
No, sorry. No, it wasn't Minx. It was...
died yet, did it?
Yeah. Who died for the Union? It was Mist.
It was.
Because Mist got the relocate onto the other side of the pitch and was like, oh, hey, the ball.
Yeah. Something you have to be super careful of when you're killing a striker. It's like, kind of like, thank you. Now I can just reset. It's like something you see against Sharkfish is when you send Shark up. Sometimes it's better when he dies, because it's like, well, you've kicked the ball over that side because Shark's standing where he is, but then you've killed him, and now Shark's over there where you kicked the ball.
Yeah, it's the 2VP relocate.
Yeah,
reposition. Yeah.
So unsurprisingly, Mist going for the charge. The defensive stance did come out. So
5-1.
It's a big roll.
Oh.
Takes momentum.
Push dodge. Pushing forwards. Boink. Dodging forwards, pushing away.
Yep.
It's 1 momentum.
Going to go for another hit.
Go for another attack. This
4-1 this time.
4 dice, 4s and 1. Just 1 damage. Doesn't matter.
Goes for the shot.
Go for the shot and goal. Going through Philip, so 2 dice shot and goal for the win.
And he gets
it. It is 12-7 to Alex Botts. I guess you could say a very fortunate charge there. It's a defense 1 with, 8 dice. Not likely to get you done.
A degree of that to it. I mean, it was... It needed the shot needed to come.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the end of Alex's game if it missed.
Not at all, not at all.
The game went very similarly to kind of how we expected it, where Philip came out of the gate swinging, doing very well with everything she was doing.
Yep.
And then got caught out, swamped, killed.
Yeah.
And at that point, the sort of train was rolling. There was an out in I'm going to say our opinion.
Yeah, in the Minx activation.
And the Minx activation. Big mistakes all over. You had the not like leaving the heel out.
Yeah.
You had I think the playbook selection was all wrong.
Yes.
Especially after getting fortunate enough for Mist to allow you to have freedom of choice with the counter attack going wrong.
Yeah, it was a bizarre choice. I think if there's one moment in the game that was the one that cost Curran the game.
Yeah,
the rest of it wasn't great either. Like he did very well early on to get a ton of VPs on the board for not much in response. Obviously, Vet Rage, as soon as you start going into his half of the field, that's what he really likes.
And it was
not
almost like
taking the ball away just seems to be the a poor choice
because it meant that there was a place on the table where he got lucky with the charge.
Yeah,
if Mist doesn't have the ball, he doesn't have the chance to get lucky for that to happen.
Unless he's got an Escalation League pack, and then he can get lucky.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, got it in there.
Oh, wow. That was terrible. So this was the last game that we're doing for today.
Yep.
Just keep your eye on the social media for when tomorrow's going live. We are aware that there are going to be two rounds.
Just 2 rounds tomorrow.
2 rounds tomorrow. We won't know until tomorrow who they are going to be because the draw won't be made live until tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if we know what the result of this as a whole. Obviously, we know Alex took this game, but I don't know whether either of the other 2 games have finished.
This seems like quite an early finish. Look, we have a view up top of the hall where we're above everybody, and this seems like one of the first games to finish really this round. So I guess you'll have to keep an eye out on the
there is a
WTC website
GB page, right, which does have all of the stats for sort of as the teams are going.
Yeah.
But that will do us for today. Keep your eye on Twitter for some
hashtag Perkins
Watch this afternoon. Well, this evening, I guess. We'll be back tomorrow. Keep your eye on the social media for when we'll be back. And hope you enjoyed the games today.
Yes, see you tomorrow.